Thank you. Officially hand it over to Secretary.
Yeah. Very good. I give it to the Finance Director of Revenue. Thank you.
So I officially hand over to the
Thank you. So now you have to start. This is the only one I saw that beside.
Henry Lumbasio, CEC in Education.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Isaac, One Nation.
a law in place. Every plan, every program that Your Excellency we have as a county will not happen. And so I want to congratulate the three respective departments. I want to congratulate my team, my three committees. I think they put in a lot of effort, considering the fact that we are now, we have COVID with us. It's not easy to gather all my honorable members and have a process, take through to its conclusion. So I want to, Your Excellency, I wish to also mention that, as I've always said, we need to have the regulations so that we can do things in the right way. The disaster management bill is very critical to all of us. It speaks to our people. You have seen what has happened in terms of COVID-19. I think many counties did not have this in place, the law in place. So you end up spending haphazardly, and then tomorrow then you have a problem with the auditor general or control of budget. So it is a good thing we have it in place. We pray we do not have any other disaster. But we live in this world. We don't know when those things will happen. So I'm happy that the disaster management bill is there. The childhood education bill is also very critical. It's one of the devolved functions under the fourth schedule. We have to nurture our children. We have to ensure and encourage them to go to school. And kids are kids. Our children, they are everything. They are the leaders of tomorrow. We have to put in place laws that will promote and protect their rights as well as children under the Children's Act and under the Constitution. So I'm happy that this bill is there for childhood. It is our function as county governments. So I'm happy that we have it in place. I pray that we have the regulations as soon as possible so that we can actualize what we have put under the bill.
Once again, I'm a proud mother of this Department of Education. I want to say that I want to congratulate my Department of Education, that's the CC and the Chief Officer and the legal team. They worked tirelessly to make sure that this bill is in place. Although it has taken some time because we had some amendments that we had to do, but at long last we are here. I'm happy. I want to say that this ECD bill, it is going to guide us on what we are supposed to do in the department. Our teachers will know their rights as teachers. The children will also have their rights because it is also in that bill. And I want to say, His Excellency, thank you so much because you have taken your time, you have taken your effort to make sure that education is where it is. And recently, even the control of budget, when it was giving out the rates of performing committees, education was #1 in implementing and even oversight. We are somewhere. I want to say that this ECD bill, it is going to enable us to have the policy, feeding program policy, because we don't have one in place. So with this, we are going to move with speed so that we can have a policy for feeding program, because you realize that our children in schools, when it comes to this domestic issues, we have parents cannot afford even breakfast. So with the feeding program in place, I believe that we are going to push this education to another level.
The county government of Vihiga, we are very happy to have signed these 3 bills into law. As regards the bills, probably let me just make a few highlights on each of the bills. The disaster management bill is a very critical bill, and it is a bill that has been recognized in the Public Finance and Management Act. Every county is supposed to have a disaster management bill act and a disaster management fund, because disasters have been recognized as recurring emergencies that occur, and therefore through the Public Finance Management Act it was believed, or it was directed, that each county should have a fund. So this bill now establishes an institutional framework whereby all the disasters that are going to happen will have an institution. Like, for example, when the corona pandemic came, we didn't have an institution. So we only depended on the health to come out and start working on it. But now with this department, with this unit, we'll have a unit that has a technical wing which will be looking at the disasters. So the first thing that the unit is going to do is to take a detailed inventory of all the disasters that are likely to happen in Vihiga. So we are going to use this bill as a framework on how to establish our ECD education. And I'm also happy that we have done quite well in terms of ECD infrastructure, ECD classrooms. We've done very well, and I want to thank the Education Committee. ECD in a modern way with the CBC curriculum being the foundation. What is the main content in this finance bill is that because of the corona pandemic, we as a government, we decided we were not going to increase any levies. So basically, we have kept our levies or taxes the same as last year, because people have suffered under this pandemic. And you remember very well, during the pandemic, I declared May and June months where people never paid any tax, because that was the peak of the pandemic, and we closed most of the markets. So I decreed that sheria ambao nahusika na majanga tofauti tofauti, hii sheria ni ya muhimu na ni sheria ambao imewekwa kwa ile sheria ya Finance and Management Act ambayo inasema kwamba kila county lazima iweke mfuko ama fund ya disaster. Wakati wote ya haya majanga yakitendeka, inatakiwa tuwe na pesa ambao tunaweza tumia haraka bila kungoja kwamba tufanye supplementary. So hii sheria itasaidia sana, na tunajua kwamba tuko na majanga tofauti tofauti Vihiga, ile majanga ya mmomonyoko ya udongo, majanga ya kuwa na kiangazi, janga la kuwa na mvua nyingi. Kwa hivyo tunakuwa na ile kitu inaitwa flooding, ama maji kupeleka watu wanapeleka vifaa tofauti tofauti. Tuko na landslides, na tuko na accidents za kawaida na magonjwa ambayo inatokea ambayo inaua watu kwa wingi kama corona. So haya majanga yote itashughulikiwa na hii bill ambayo itakuwa na pesa yake ambayo itatengwa, na kulingana na Public Finance Act tunatakiwa tuweke 2% ya pesa yote ambayo tunapata kama county. Ile sheria ya watoto wachanga wa chekechea pia ni muhimu. Imefanya kwamba sasa tutakuwa na framework ama ile msingi ya kuensure ama kuhakikisha kwamba shule zetu za chekechea zinaendeshwa kwa njia nzuri, na niko na furaha kwamba tumesign ama tumeweka sahihi hii sheria wakati tumemaliza ile recruitment ya walimu. Wakati wote kuanzia sasa tutakuwa tukitoa baruasa ya walimu zaidi ya 800 ambao tumerecruit kuwa sasa kusimamia ECD plus education. Na mwisho na hii ECD pia nimesema kwamba ndani ya hii sheria tumeweka mpangilio ya kuona kwamba hawa watoto, tutakuwa na mpangilio ya hawa watoto kupata chakula, ama tutaweka finance kidogo ya kuhakikisha kwamba wanapata chakula, hata kama ni uji ama chochote ile itakuwa imekubalika. Mwisho, finance bill ni bill ambayo inahakikisha kwamba sisi tunasanya ushuru kulingana na sheria, na hii bill imepitishwa vizuri. Na kwa vile tumekuwa na hili janga la corona, kwa jumla hatujaongeza ushuru kwa vitu tofauti. Tumeona kwamba tuachilie tu vile ilikuwa, ili watu wetu wawe wanaweza recover pole, na baadaye labda next year ndio tutaongeza kulingana na vile uchumi utakuwa umeendelea. So kwa